Good afternoon and welcome to another Success Secrets from the Bible with your host, Dr. Favors. I'm the host with the most. You all got to excuse me. I am a little under the weather and thus I couldn't do a regular video, but I did not want to miss releasing this segment because today we're talking about the mindset of the blessing part two. And I was so full of this. And of course, for those of you who believe in prayer, do lift up a word of prayer for your boy, and I appreciate it. So with that being said, we're going to go right back to the book of Proverbs, and as always, you all, our Wednesdays hit a little different, but today I promise you we're not going to be too long. But I do want to say thank you for all the subscribers. Once again, you all, we don't take it lightly. I'm reading your comments. I thank you all for the support, and we'll definitely have some more updates coming up here shortly. But those of you who have not, do me a favor and hit the subscribe, the like button, and share the transmission so that we can get this out to a lot of people, y'all. Because once again, we know that the success secrets from the Bible, you all, really helps us do some things and go forward. It really put life in a perspective that we as believers understand. Now, I tell people all the time that because I am a businessman entrepreneur does not mean that I am still not Christian. I am a bishop in the Lord's church. I love God's people, and that's why we do what we do. Oftentimes we overlook that fact that everything my family does and I do is birthed in prayer and so on and so forth. So with that being said, you all, I have three verses. If you look in Proverbs chapter 10, three verses, 2, 4, and 6, that we're going to talk about and discuss briefly here this afternoon. So I got two different translations, and I think I'm going to use the New Living and the Amplified. So the verses are 2, 4, and 6. So Proverbs 2, 4, and 6 is going to give us the mindset blessing part 2. Proverbs 2, 4, and 6. Mindset the blessing part 2. Okay. So Proverbs 2 says this, you all. Tainted wealth has no lasting value. Now I want to talk to you about that because tainted wealth, you all, basically means treasures of wickedness. It basically means ill-gotten gains and things that you're doing. So if you think about what Jesus did when he came and flipped over the tables in the temple, they were offsetting the balances in the weight and beating people out of their money. And you have some people, in other words, they make deals that they know is not beneficial for both parties. They make transactions that they know they're getting the best of people. And just really, you all, treasures of wickedness, it has a lot to do with the mindset of getting over on someone. Just because you can don't mean you should. And that's the mindset of how we need to live today, you all. We have to have a mindset that says we living with daily integrity, living a daily life, you all, that way you will be righteous and moral with God. You can go to sleep at night. You can look at yourself in the mirror. And you would be surprised how many people are doing business and they offering people things. I mean, I've seen so many different things. I don't like to be negative, you all, but the truth of the matter is I've seen so many people pop up with this, coach this and mentor that, and don't have any credentials, don't have any fruits to show how they've been helping people, leading people, doing things with other people. You want to check that. Someone say that we can help you do this and help you do that. You want to check the credentials. Who trained you to do X, Y, and Z? Now I know we got all this. We living in the information age. Even you listening to this via YouTube right now, you can almost Google anything. You can almost YouTube anything. The only problem with that, people, is the level of credibility, because many people are telling you they'll do something, but they're using the money they're charging you. They haven't done it yet. They're trying to do it. And I don't knock the hustle. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying today we want to have treasures that are not wicked, that are not ill-gotten, and we want to do it by being righteous and in good standing with God. And so that's why the Bible says tainted wealth has no lasting value, but right living can save your life. And that's what I mean when we say that there's a mindset to come with this. We want to live right, but that's a mindset. Mindset says how you perceive things and how how you make your choices in life, okay? So then let's go down here, verse 4, 2, 4, and 6. I'm going to try to keep this right at 10 minutes today for sure. So it says, lazy people are soon poor. Hard workers get rich. Now, once again, we know that is not the case all the time. Sometimes we have certain circumstances that come in and, problems that arise that put people in dire situations. But for the most part, when it comes to mindset, Bible says, poor is he who works with a negligent and idle hand. That simply means, you all, we're talking about those who slack, right? They do C work. They barely do enough. They don't take the initiative. They're silent quitters. We're talking about those type of individuals who have a capability, who are perfectly healthy, you all, and just won't put in the due diligence. That's what he's talking about. He said, but the hand of the diligent makes him rich. Hard workers. Now, I understand, for example, I'm using basketball, you all. I like basketball. So you have anomalies, what we call them, guys like LeBron James, who will just come out of high school, man, go straight to the league because they just have this innate ability that God gave them. But then you also have guys like a Kobe Bryant, who literally worked and outworked everyone. Michael Jordan, who was cut from the team, who worked and outworked his competitors. And they become rich in their craft. They become, those individuals who people look to, the individual that people want to have the ball at the buzzer bell. And the league is full of them. Life is full of people. And I don't know about you, but I would trade a hard worker who is a B student, but they work hard, show up on time every day, for a person who just has an ability, who can do it, but they negligent. They don't show up on time. They show up late and leave early. Their attitudes are just all jacked up. I tell you what, man, I would rather have that BC hard worker who is consistent, who has a mindset to achieve, versus the one who takes it for granted. I believe that's what verse 4 is telling us about, you all, that we ought to become hard workers in the things that we want to do. People want to become, they think they want to become influencers and content creators, and you all know who's on here. It takes a lot producing content that is good. You have to study this material. I had to get up and study the word so that I can present it to you in such a way that's practical yet righteous, okay? So lazy people are so poor. We are not lazy. The Bible says somewhere else that we ought to consider the ant, old sluggard, which means, you all, if you really want to be successful in life, you got to set your mindset to hard work. That's basically what verse 4 is saying. Hard workers are the ones who understand that through hard work, through diligence, through proper study, through proper instructions, you can get rich. It's really not that hard. All you got to do, Wallace Waddle says in his book, The Science of Getting Rich, that you just have to live life and do things a certain way, and riches will come to you. And that's what we're here for. We're here to unlock that certain way, here to show you that certain way. And then lastly, guys, let me get on to it. The godly are showered with blessings. Now, we understand last week, if you did not see part 1, the blessing of the mindset, I encourage you to go and watch that, because we broke down the blessing of the Lord maketh rich and addeth no sorrow to it. So you can actually break down the blessing and what that means. Here for this text right here, I want to take it a little deeper and say it like this, verse 6, Proverbs 10, verse 6. Blessings are on the head of the righteous. That means the upright, those in right standing with God. It is on the head. What does that mean? That means an ability, when you talk about being blessed, you all, and then blessings being on the head, there's a certain thing that we need to realize. Once again, what we're talking about is the mindset. When you have a blessed mindset, an ability to see good versus negative, an ability to be optimistic versus pessimistic, you all, that is all about mindset. And I told you all, I do success coaching, but it's really mindset coaching, because when we can get you in a right mindset, a state of belief, that believe in God, believe in yourself, believe in your talents, you all, you can go and blaze. You can really do a lot of great things. You can do great exploits in your life and become successful at anything you do. But you got to have that right mindset. Verse 6 tells us that if you're in right standing with God, you do what you're supposed to do by God, then blessings will be on your thought process. Blessings will be on your creative ideas. Here we go now. Blessings will unveil themselves to you. So a lot of times you're looking for money when some of you all got $1 million ideas. We're connected to $1 million companies, but some people in the world can't see it. Where you have a blessed mindset to be able to see what's coming. You can see what God is blessing, because he's given you a beautiful mind. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I want to wrap that up right there. I wanted to keep this right at 10 minutes. Once again, you all, please, thank you, first of all, for sticking around and hanging out with your boy. Uh, for those of you who are just tuning in, I normally do videos, but this one here, it's an audio, yes, indeed, but I had to get this out because I studied and I wanted you to have it. So thank you all, first of all, for the follows once again. Thank you all for the subs. For those of you who are interested in some more tools of success to help you get your mindset where it needs to be, I'll leave a few links down below. And as always, you all, we'll see you on the other side of success. Have a great day. Peace.